Hi, boys and girls. Today we are going to learn about seeds and where they start, where they come from, and how they move about. So let me share my screen with you, and then we can read this story and also do an art project. Here we go. I'm going to make it big so everybody can see better. There we go. All right. Let's watch this story and listen together, and then I will show you the art project.
From Seed to Plant by Gail Gibbons. Most plants make seeds. A seed contains the beginning of a new plant. Seeds are different shapes, sizes, and colors. All seeds grow into the same kind of plant that made them. Many plants grow flowers. Flowers are where most seeds begin. There's a stem, a petal, and within that, the sticky part at the top of the pistil is a stigma. Stamens make yellow powder called pollen. The parts of a flower around the pistil are stamens. You have a ovule, and at the bottom are tiny egg cells. In the center of the flower is the pistil. Before a seed can begin to grow, a grain of pollen from the stamen must land on the stigma at the top of the pistil of a flower like itself. This is called pollination. Pollination happens in different ways. Often, wind blows pollen from flower to flower. Bees and other insects and hummingbirds help pollinate too. While they visit flowers for their sweet juice called nectar, pollen rubs onto their bodies. Then they carry the pollen to another flower where it comes off onto its pistil. If a pollen grain from a flower lands on the pistil of the same kind of flower, it grows a long tube through the pistil into an ovule. This is the beginning of a seed. The seeds grow inside the flower even as the flower begins to die. As the seeds become bigger, a fruit or pod grows around them. The fruit or pod protects the seeds. When the fruit or pod ripens, it breaks open. The seeds are ready to become new plants. Some seeds fall to the ground around the base of the plant, where they will grow. Some pods or fruits open and the seeds pop out. Sometimes when birds eat berries, they drop the seeds. Other seeds fall into streams, ponds, rivers, or the ocean. There they travel on the water until they stick to dirt along a shore. The wind scatters seeds. Some seeds have fluff on them that lets them float to the ground like tiny parachutes. Others have wings that spin as they fall. Animals help scatter seeds too. They hide acorns and nuts in the ground. Some seeds have hooks that stick to the fur of animals or people's clothes. Later, they drop off onto the ground. A flower bed or vegetable garden is beautiful. Seeds are planted to grow in the gardens. The seeds come in small envelopes or boxes. Directions explain how to plant the seeds and care for the plants. The beginning of a plant is curled up inside each seed. Food is stored inside the seed too. The seed has a seed coat on the outside to protect it. A seed will not sprout until certain things happen. First, it must be on or in the soil. Then it needs rain to soak the seed and often its seed coat. When the sun shines and warms the ground, the seed coat breaks open and the seed begins to grow. This is called germination. A root grows down into the soil. The root takes in water and minerals from the soil for food. Up grows a shoot. Green leaves grow up from the shoot towards the sun. The plant grows bigger and bigger. The leaves make food for the plant from the water and minerals in the soil, the sunlight, and the air all around the plant. Finally, the plant is full grown. Buds on the plant open to flowers where new seeds will grow. Many of the foods people eat are seeds, fruit, and pods. They are full of nutrition, vitamins, and minerals, and they're tasty too.
Now I'm going to show you an art project, and I will show you all the supplies that you need. And you already have them because they were in your science kit that I delivered to your home. So let's get started. Okay, boys and girls, we are gonna do this little art project today. And these are the supplies that you will need. You received all of these supplies in the science kit that I dropped off at your home. You will need the green paper, What Do Plants Need paper, which I already colored. So you're gonna color this first like I have colored first. Then you're gonna get the Ziploc that has the little colored paper squares. And you're gonna find one cotton ball, one circle, and then 3 other colored papers, yellow, blue, and brown. Okay, so the first thing that we're gonna do, I'm gonna set this aside. The first thing you're gonna do is fold your paper, and we can say the hot dog way, or the hot dog bun way, long ways. We also say horizontal. Okay, so you have it like this. It's kind of like a peekaboo flap. You're gonna press it, make sure your corners are straight, and then you're gonna get this paper, which you've already colored before you start. And you are going to cut on the black lines and trim off the bottom. And you're gonna cut down the other side. We don't wanna see that black line. Okay, and then you are going to cut them apart on the other lines. Cut them into a little pile or onto your green paper like I am. All right, so this says, what do plants need? So our project today is going to focus on what plants need to grow. So you're going to want to put these on here, and you're going to want to separate them. I'm going to plan it out first. Oh, it's a good thing I planned, because look, I wouldn't have enough room for this one. So I might squeeze them together a little bit more. And I might, because I see that there's a lot of white on the ends, so I might trim it off a little bit. And you can do that too. Just a little bit skinnier on each side. Okay, now I'm gonna plan it out again. Put some space in between them. And I like how that looks. There's a green border on top and the sides and the bottoms and then in between. So I'm gonna get my glue stick and I'm gonna glue around the edges. My purple glue doesn't show up really purple anymore. Maybe a little line in the middle. I'm gonna try to center it just like I had planned. What? And this says, do plants. What's next? Try to make them straight. Need. What do plants need? And I think that you guys probably already know really well what plants need to grow. Boy, this is sticky. Okay, now comes the tricky part. You are going to cut little slits in here so that they will be little doors. Okay, but you don't want to cut the bottom. So you're gonna lift it up and put your scissors in between them and then cut up to the top. See how I've cut that? Now it's like a little flappy door. I'm gonna do the next one. Make sure I'm not cutting the bottom. Cut in between, up to the top. I'm gonna cut another one now. So now I have 4 little doors. All right, what do plants need? Well, boys and girls, I bet you could tell me what plants need. What is something that's yellow, that's the shape of a circle, that plants need? I think you just said sun, and you would be right if you did. We are gonna make a sun. That is gonna be the first one. I'm gonna put my yellow circle there, and then we're gonna make the points of the sun rays, and I'm just gonna make some triangles. So I'm just gonna make some easy triangles by just cutting off the corners of this paper. That will easily make some triangles. And it's okay if they're not the same size, but maybe you could try and make them the same size. It's just whatever you can do. There's some triangles there. Oh, I see I can make another triangle here. Remember how we cut off the edge? And if you have a hard time finding another good corner to cut, you can always just remember, well, a triangle has 3 sides. So I'm gonna cut one side there and one side there, and I already have a bottom. One side there, one side there, and I have another one. Ooh, good, look at that. I have one right here I can just snip. All right, let's see if I have enough triangles to make my sun. So I'm gonna plan it out. I'm gonna slip them underneath. Oh, I think I'll have plenty. So I'm gonna put some glue on the back of my sun. And I'm gonna put it here, but I'm not gonna press really hard because I wanna glue these on. So I'm gonna glue that. And I put it on my glue, because if I put glue all over this, then when I close my flap, it would stick down and be stuck. So slip it under there. You guys are really good at slipping your things under. Slip that one under. Kind of just give it a little press. I'm gonna give it a big press right at the end. There. And it's okay if it's gonna go on the other side. All right, my last one. I might even, well, I could put one more on, maybe right there, but I'm gonna let you guys figure that out. Now I'm gonna press them all down, lift up this flap so it doesn't get on there. All right, there's my sun. And what is something next that's blue that plants need? How about rain? So I'm gonna use a pencil and I'm just gonna make some raindrops. Maybe I'll use a pen, it might be easier. So I'm gonna make a raindrop. It's kind of like an oval with a point. Oh, that pen does not work. Let's try this one. There we go. All right, so you can make some raindrops and then cut them out. I like to start when I cut, I like to start at the point, and then I can just go around. There we go. Now remember, boys and girls, what we say, the line side is the glue side. So the side with the lines is going to be the side for the glue. I press it down and now I won't see my lines. When you're cutting, this is kind of an advanced cutting skill. I'm going to just snip that paper out of the way. Let's try my point. You're kind of turning your paper as you're cutting with your scissors, squeezing with your scissors. You just do the best job you can. It doesn't have to be perfect. You just always do your best. Oh, this raindrop is a big one. All right, my line side is the glue side. There we go. Okay, you could do more raindrops if you want. You can do smaller ones, it doesn't matter. All right, what else do plants need? Well, plants need air. Air is kind of a tricky thing to make, and you see I have a cotton ball here, but boys and girls, clouds, even though you might think they're part of the air, clouds are really made of water. So I'm actually going to make it look like blowing wind. So I'm going to use my other kind of glue, and I'm going to make a swirl, maybe 2 swirls, so I can show some blowing wind. Now, if you don't have this kind of glue, that's okay. You can just use the edge of your glue stick. Maybe roll it up and just use the edge and put the edge on. But I'm going to use my runny glue because I had it available. Now I'm just going to pull some cotton off, and I'm going to lay it right on my swirl. When I'm done, I'm not going to close this flap because I don't want it to stick closed. Does that look like air? I hope so. Boy, it's sticking to my fingers. That's okay, I can just wash my hands at the end, right? All right. This is a sticky project, but I think you guys can do it, and your parents can help you too. All right, let's try to do the next one. Trying to go kind of fast because my video has to be a little shorter. So if I'm not doing a perfect job, well, I would do better if I had lots of time. I'm gonna try rolling it. Try to bring it together a little bit. There we go. Okay, so hopefully that looks like some blowing wind. Try to squeeze it together. How's that look? Looks all right. Okay, so I'm gonna leave that one open. And the next one, boys and girls, what else do plants need? What do we plant them in? Soil. So on the next one, you're just gonna use some tearing art, and we've done tearing art before, where you're just gonna take little pieces and you're just gonna pull them off and just use some tearing. And you're just going to make some soil. So I don't have a lot of time for my video, but I would show you that I would just make soil all over the bottom, and I could kind of estimate how big of an area and make my soil and glue it all on. The last thing that you want to do is label your pictures. So the first thing that we have is sun, rain. What does rain start with? R. And this is a 2 vowels go walking. The first one says its name. A and I. Say A. Ray. N. N. My pen's drying out. All right, and then we have air. Air is a tricky word. I will teach you. It's spelled A-I-R. It's kind of air. Say its name again. And then we have soil. S-O-I. O. O and I say oe. All right, there we go. We have made our project. So what do plants need? Plants need sun, plants need rain, plants need air, and plants need soil. There you go. Have fun making your projects.